Okay, I'm back. Uh, yeah, that whole thing. I don't want to do that. You know, I figure as long as you don't hear any negative feedback from me, it doesn't really mean that I'm satisfied. But like that should be enough. As long as you don't hear any feedback at all, you should just assume I'm happy. You know, because I don't want to give you like positive feedback for doing one thing. You know, especially like because a lot of people I think that I buy games from, the games they're selling come from somewhere else anyways. They may come from their own collection. They may come from like their kids' old games. They may have bought it at a flea market for cheap. You know? So if you sell me a copy of a game, the only my chances of getting a good looking game from you are the same as your chances at getting, that game or a good looking game from wherever you get the games that you sell online. You know? So like, what am I supposed to do? Give you a 4-star rating because you sold me, or a 5-star rating because you sold me a good looking game? What if you don't really sell primarily games? What if you sell, like what if you've only sold like 3 or 4 games, and maybe 2 out of the 4 were good looking games? I mean, what am I going to do? You're a good seller. That's not the point. Like a long time ago, I ordered a PlayStation 2, a fat model, because I love the fat models, from this lady or person on Amazon. And it was the worst one I ever received. This thing, I lie to you not, it had dead roaches and roach eggs inside the PS2. And it had roach eggs inside the grill where the fan is, where the fan's supposed to blow air out of. It had roach eggs stuck inside of there. And I speak to the lady, and on top of that, it didn't work. So I contacted the lady, after taking it apart and looking at it and cleaning it out, and say, hey, I need a refund or something, or whatever. And their response was, you must be mistaken. I know that PlayStation 2 works. It hasn't been doing nothing but sitting in the garage, all this time. And I'm like, well, there you go. Now, this person that sold me this PS2, maybe there's other things she sells on Amazon, and maybe they're all in pretty good shape. Maybe she sells hats or CDs or DVDs, and all of her DVDs are in, questionable to okay or very good condition. Even if she sold me that PS2 and it was in good condition, I'm not going to give you a 4 or 5-star rating because you sold me one good item. Because that one good item may be the only good item that you have. Or it may be the only good item that you have that concerns games. The rest of your stuff may be crap. Or it may not be. Now, there's a seller that I used to buy from a lot on Amazon called Go Hastings. And I bought a lot of games from them. Now, those guys, even if they sold me, well, I've given them negative and positive reviews because I don't know where they get their games from. A lot of times they sell me a game that's in great condition, I give them a 4-star rating because I don't do it all the time, But like when I started off like shopping on Amazon like in 2006 or 7, well 2005, I did it for like every now and then. But sometimes they sell me a good game, sometimes they sell me a terrible game. So but like I bought mostly games from them, so I know kind of what they sell. Now, this person I bought this Samurai Jack from, if I continue to buy from her, like if I just so happen to buy another game from her, or another two or three games, I probably won't even notice. But if I do notice, and they're all in good shape, maybe I'll leave you some positive feedback. But, I mean, come on, I'm already giving you my money. I'm giving, you want my money, and you want me to kiss your butt? I mean, why should I mean, come on. You sold me a good game. Okay, so what? I mean, what do you want? A pat on the back or something? You supposed or something. You listed it as being used very good. So if I receive it and it's used very good, or it's in very good condition, mission accomplished. What extra am I supposed to do? What do you want, a tip? I mean, what do you want from me? So that's why I don't really leave any feedback. Because it's like, come on. And a lot of times, I don't really. Most games that I buy, if they're under $20, I don't leave any feedback, even if it's terrible, because I'm like, why? I don't want to grow dependent on leaving bad feedback. Because if I leave negative feedback, like when I bought Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, I had to buy 4 copies of that game just to get the copy I wanted. I'm not going to leave negative feedback on all. I will admit I did leave some negative feedback after like the 3rd copy or so, and me and the seller, got into a little, debate or like through emails or whatever, and he's saying something, about I don't know, like a good disc or whatever. But I normally don't do that because I bought a lot of games for like. I bought 13 brand new for the PS2, 50 cents. Shipping was like $4.99. Even if it was a terrible looking game, I would have leave you negative feedback over 50 cents. Come on, it's all part of the business. Like sometimes like I'll buy stuff from Goodwill. I know because it's the list of the sellers. It's online. Sometimes you'll see Goodwill or like a game that's sold by Goodwill or whatever. I'm not going to give them a 5-star rating because we all know that Goodwill, they don't just sell games. They barely sell games, And if they do, they're like the most mediocre. They're like Family Feud or something you could find, anywhere. They mostly just sell clothing and furniture. If Goodwill sells me a good copy of a game, I'm not going to say 5 stars. I'm going to say, well, job well done. I'm glad that you could find a good game amongst all the other random miscellaneous stuff that you sell. Thanks for the good game. But, come on, because the thing I buy most on Amazon are games. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give you that because I don't want to make it seem like, like you're a good game seller because I don't know what you actually sell. Because whenever you leave good feedback on Amazon, you have to leave a message. And every time that happens, I have to judge on what I get. If I see a good game, I want to say, okay, 4 stars. The item was as described. I could say that, but I'd rather state exactly what it was. So I don't want to state a message saying, "Oh, the game was in perfect condition, as described," because anyone else that reads that rating or whatever, they're going to think, "Oh, this person or this seller sells a lot of games. I should buy from them," or whatever. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But yeah, sorry to talk you guys' ears off. But I mean, no, I can't do that. I can't, give you a good job or give you praise or whatever for doing something you were supposed to do. Why? I mean, yeah, you sent me a note saying thank you for buying from your storefront or whatever, but I can't do that. You sell me a good game, fine. Because a lot of people, or a lot of sellers, our opinions vary. My opinion of a game that's in used, very good condition may not be the same definition of used, very good, from like an elderly person or someone that knows nothing about games or not too much about games, but they're selling games. My opinion or my version of used like new may not be the same, it may not be someone else's definition of used like new who's just trying to sell a game. They're just trying to sell the game, So that's another reason why I don't do that, because everybody on Amazon that I buy games from, they don't sell games exclusively. They're just selling a game that they have that they think is in whatever condition that they're describing it as. That's it. I figured I just tossed it out there. I've never really talked about that or my whole process of like, judging stuff that I buy or whatever on Amazon. But anyways, this is Inquisitor Alex on the Novolip signing out, saying I'll see you later. And I'm working on my Oni Let's Play. It may or not